something else, but that may have been his soulmate. That may have been the woman who would have helped bring him happiness and peace in his life, but he didn't see it. He lost it. He lost it because he was in play mode. We've seen that over and over and over again. You become cold-hearted and you lose your soulmate. You lose the one who Allah sent for you, but you're in play mode. You're in play mode. That's one of the things that we have to be careful of. So as we go through this process, we say no. It's like all this stuff happens when we get married. Brothers get their bodies together when they get married. As you're a bachelor, all right, you can just trip all you want. But as soon as you get married, all right, you got the soldier now. So you got to work out. You got to. It's reversed. It's reversed. The flowers come after you get married, not before. You know what I'm saying? And see, that's one of the things that we have to really, really keep in mind as we go through this process. Men and women are different, right? They have a different way of, you get to them in a different way. You know what I'm saying? And what you do is you learn it. Learn that. Learn what that is. But learn it in a positive way, right? Not in a frivolous way. Not in a way you're just playing. Learn it in a positive way. Because that's going to help. As Brother Amir said, yeah, you should be thinking about marriage. That don't mean you got to get married next week or nothing like that. But you should be thinking about marriage because when you think about mature things, it matures you. It gives you a mature type of thinking. Because technically speaking, you guys are more mature than other young people who are not Muslims and not practicing. You guys are way more mature, seriously. Way more mature. You show me a practicing Muslima who's in the 9th grade and she's practicing, she is as mature as those seniors in that high school, if not more mature. I'm serious. And so therefore, mature people should be thinking about mature topics, mature subjects. And part of that topic and part of those subjects is like the nature of men and women and just how they operate. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if you look in Quran, when he talks about the man and the woman, for example, it's based on our natures. Women, for example, have to feel secure and they have to feel safe. That's part of a woman's fitra. She's got to feel secure and safe. And guess what Allah put in men? We like to protect. No, we like to protect. That's just our thing. We protectors and we like it. You know what I'm saying? That's just a part of our fitra. And look at the compliment. Look how that complements. So it's all here to play a complementary role. But if we're going through it frivolously and we playing, it's not going to seem complimentary. It's always going to seem like it's friction. Men and women, friction, friction, friction. What kind of stuff is that? You know that song, Don't You Wish Your Girlfriend Was Hot Like Me? That's crazy. I mean, that's crazy stuff though. That's a crazy value system. That's a very, very crazy value system. Or you might hear a woman say, my boyfriend cheated on me. He cheated on me. What did he do? He was going with another girl. He cheated on me. No, that's not when he cheated on you. He cheated on you when he got next to you without being committed to you. That's when he cheated on you. So if he's going to cheat here, you know he's going to cheat over there. You know what I'm saying? But they don't see it like that. But that's really how it is. So no, we say that like we should be thinking about it. We should be like constructing it. We should be remembering that the Prophet peace be upon him talked about someone talked about God consciousness, the taqwa. That can be the package. There can be a package. Be the package. You know what the package is? You know what the package is? Right? Anybody can be beautiful. You know what I'm saying? The Prophet peace be upon him said modesty beautifies everything. Modesty beautifies everything. Right? You can be beautiful, you can be spiritual, and you can be intelligent. You can be the whole nine. You can be all that. You can be that. But you got to train to be that. You have to train to be that. You can't just out and out just be that. You got to develop that. And everyone has the ability to develop that. And that's the type of things we should be thinking about as we think about marriage. You know what I'm saying? There's someone out there for all of us. You know what I'm saying? But we have to make sure we prepare ourselves to receive it. So let's open up to questions or comments, inshallah. Go ahead, sister.
About the sex, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've met a lot of women that actually think of it as, I did this guy, and I did that guy.
Mm-hmm.
A privilege men. I mean, come on.
You said you know a lot of women who did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I would have the same outlook too. If I started having sex, it'd be the same outlook. I wouldn't need commitment. In fact, all my grandparents tried to convince me that love exists.
They try to convince you that love exists?
Yeah, I don't think it exists.
You don't think love exists?
Yeah.
Okay. You know that one of the attributes of Allah is Al-Wadud, the loving. The loving. So almost really, seriously, one of the characteristics of Allah is that Allah is loving. But keep this in mind though too. It's like one of the reasons why women started doing that in America is that women started thinking that in order for them to be equal to men, they have to do the same thing that men do. Play boys, play girls. Men go to bars and watch women strip. That's disgusting. Come on, let's go to bars and watch men strip. That kind of thing. And so some of that has to do with women who are imitating the things that men do. Men are playboys. All right, I'm going to be a playgirl. That type of thing. It doesn't make it right. And sometimes women do that as a protest to how men do, because they're cold. When they do it, they're cold-blooded. And so sometimes women, as a protest, they will do that. And at the same time, though, it doesn't make it right. Is it right for one's husband? Is it right for one's husband to tell the wife not to have contact with her family? Generally speaking, no, that's not right. Generally speaking, I don't know any particulars to this right here. I don't know any particulars. But the first thing that comes to my mind is the Prophet, peace be upon him, saying that anyone who cuts off the ties of family shall not enter paradise. Anyone who cuts off the ties of family shall not enter paradise. This is what the Prophet said, peace be upon him. So on the surface of it, I would say no. What's the best way to control one's bad anger and to cool down her husband? That's one of the things that as men, the Prophet, peace be upon him, said that we're twin halves and we become one when we get married. We're twin halves. Men and women are twin halves. They become one when they get married. If you look at, for example, like 46 chromosomes in our bodies and everything except for reproductive cells, the reproductive cell has 23, of the man has 23, and the woman's reproductive has 23. But everything else is 46. But for the reproductive cell of the man and woman, it's 23 and 23. So that's like what the Prophet said, peace be upon him. Men and women are twin halves, and they become one when they get married. That type of thing, right? Well, check this out. When you get married, the man and the woman has to go through certain stages of growth and development. For men, it's like we hard, right? And so, we soldiers, right? And so sometimes what happens is that we do everything in a hard way. We just hard. And sometimes for men, we start learning when we have daughters. Because with sons, you can say, boy, didn't I tell you to take out that trash? I'll knock you upside your head if you don't take out that trash. And the sons are going to say, all right, no biggie. You say that to a daughter, you're going to traumatize her. You know what I'm saying? I'll knock you upside your head. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So what happens is that, no, really. Because what happens is that, they hear that voice and so on and so forth. Then you realize, no, hold on. I can't do my baby girl the same way I do my sons. There's like a different type of thing going on. So I have to deal with my daughter in a different way. I can't use the oof all the time. It's not universal. And that's one of the things that we have to learn as we grow as men, as we grow and develop, and learn how to balance that. It's a big one. Because the first thing we're going to do is just get angry. We'll get angry. And so again, remember what the Prophet said, peace be upon him? Fatima, be patient with your husband. And so the husband has to make sure that he's conscious that this is something that he has to try to overcome. He has to try to not get angry. Why? Because really, generally speaking, most men are physically stronger than most women. I'm speaking in general. There's some pretty tough women out there, but I'm just saying, generally speaking. So if you're going to raise your voice at your woman, at your wife, so on and so forth, she might think that you might be getting ready to do something or something. You know what I'm saying? And once you violate that right there, once you violate a woman's safety, once you violate a woman's trust and her safety, you done really messed up. You got to buy a whole bunch of flowers. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got to be perfect husband for 10 years. Thank you, bro. Umair's learning. He's learning. Yeah, you got to, because you don't go there. You don't violate her feeling of safety and security. You don't go there. Because that's the root of her fitrah. You know what I'm saying? She has to feel safe and secure. If you are younger and have a boyfriend,